Welcome to Horror Stories. I am Leneha Junsu, and today we have a chilling tale that's just not another ghost story. It is a twisted account of betrayal, deception, and witchcraft. This story was shared with me by one of my subscribers who wishes to remain anonymous. It is a tale that talks about the consequences when someone with a hidden agenda enters a trusting family. So gather around, turn off the lights, and let's dive into this haunting tale. And remember, if you have a story of your own, don't forget to send it our way. It all began when a woman named Dahlia entered the life of once a peaceful family. She was captivating, perfect, just like someone from a fairy tale. She was religious, soft-spoken, and won everyone over, especially James. He was never interested in dating, but this changed quite quickly. Dahlia changed that overnight. It was as if she cast a spell on him. His obsession got so much with her that he was married in 6 months. And that's when things started to change. James started to change. And this was when the family's eldest daughter, Grace, started noticing that James' once warm demeanor changed into cold one. He was never present in the family gatherings, and when he was, he never talked much. And she used to see Dahlia whispering something in his ears, keeping him apart. It was as if James was under a spell, his mind no longer his own. It wasn't long before things started to go horribly wrong. Dahlia's influence spread like a plague in the entire family. She started to seduce another, Grace's husband, Adam. Grace could see things were going horribly wrong, and she would notice that Adam's behavior have started to change. He even confessed to Grace that his thoughts do not feel like his own. He feels like someone else is controlling his emotions, his thoughts, as if it's not his own behavior. He said this to her in a very tinged voice of confusion and fear. Grace knew something was terribly wrong when Grace's niece started to cry to talk to Adam on Zoom call when he was in the office. Grace warned her husband that do not talk to her alone. Whatever it is, it can wait till we are at home. But Adam never listened. And it didn't take much time. I guess it was few weeks when Adam packed his bags and abandoned Grace and her daughter. Time passed. The family tried to piece together what has happened. Grace was desperate for answers and she turned to prayer. Dahlia had used black magic on the entire family, not just Adam or James, but it took to unveil the depths of her magic through a painting. There was a painting of grandchildren that Dahlia gave to Grace's mother. They did take care of the items that Dahlia gave to the family. They threw them out. But there was this just one painting of grandkids that Grace's mother was not ready to let go. Obviously, it was a painting of her beloved grandkids. How could she? And it was very near to her heart as well. And when they did not got rid of it, the darkness started seeping into the family further. Grace took acetone and threw it on the painting. And that was when the darkest intentions of Dahlia were unveiled. After throwing acetone on the painting, there were smears of blood and children's hair under the layers of painting. Can you imagine that? Children's hair and smears of blood under the layers embedded into the painting. It was no ordinary artwork. It was a cursed object, a powerful conduit for Dahlia's blood magic. Blood magic, as Grace would later learn, involves using bodily substances to create a link between the spell and its victims. By embedding the blood and the hair of the children into the painting, Dahlia had created a direct conduit to their souls, twisting their destinies with each brush stroke. This wasn't just witchcraft. It was a deliberate, calculated assault on the family's spiritual core. As Grace's understanding of Dahlia's evil grew, she knew that this was not a battle just for her husband or James, but for the entire family. Grace had to fight for the entire family and their souls. To this day, Adam still remains trapped into Dahlia's treason, but this story gives us a chilling reminder that not all evil is visible. It comes in all different forms, as family, friends, or anyone that you trust in. Stay vigilant from what is lurking in the shadows. Good night.